Welcome back. A Cambridge, Ontario-based telecom company is launching a suite of products today that will give businesses a new one-stop communication platform with some serious innovation in it. Best of all, it's free. John Stix is Chief of Staff and Brand at Fibrenetics. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, Amanda. Great to be here.
So let's just start with the product called Nucleus. It's one stop for, and I think you really pictured as a leg up for small businesses. I can picture big businesses wanting this too, John, but what difference will it make for a small business?
Well, I think a lot of small businesses just can't afford to have the kind of capabilities that they require to be able to flourish. And, it's quite expensive when you start layering all these different types of communication platforms together. And so we're really excited to deliver Nucleus, and one platform that we believe that does, that serves the small business entrepreneurs in the way that they need. It has video calling, SMS, texting, chat, and a phone system embedded into an interface that can be used application from any device anywhere in Canada, and it's completely free.
So talk to me about that. How do you price it? How does that work for you as a company? What does that look like for your business?
Yeah, we're celebrating our 20th year, actually. The company's Fibrenetics, and the product is Nucleus. And our whole history is over 20 years is we've been delivering free products and then looking to provide extra services for our customers that will enhance and customize their experience based on the requirements. So the core of this is permanently free. A business doesn't have to buy anything. We have the ability to deliver it for free because we have our own infrastructure across Canada. So we cover 96% of the population in Canada, and we've been delivering disruptive type of services for over 2 decades now.
Which is one of the reasons we wanted people to know about you, because you are a genuine competitor, and of course everybody talks about wanting one. When we talk about Nucleus and some of the innovation in it, you're using some really advanced AI, for instance. I want to focus on one for a minute, and that's the video translation. So real-time translation when two people are on video, so facing one another talking. That sounds new, and it sounds pretty important.
Yeah, with the emergence of AI, it's been in so much in media and the news, and it's caused a lot of concern, but also a lot of excitement. So we're looking to leverage artificial intelligence to really better the experience. And so what you're referencing is one of our features, and that feature is exactly what you described. So launching here first in Canada with English and French and Spanish. So you'll be able to log on to Nucleus, get on a video call like you would normally do with whatever application that you use now, similar to your experience that you'll find with Nucleus, but you'll be able to select your language. So for instance, I could select French, you might select English. When you're speaking English, I'm hearing real-time French. And when I'm speaking real-time French, you're hearing real-time English. So we're looking at breaking down the barriers that have been existing for obviously a very long time, the history of our country in terms of, economic barriers, social barriers. Real quickly, I've been my relative that I have in Quebec, I haven't been able to speak to her because I simply don't understand the language, right? So we're looking to be able to break down these barriers for business.
So good to have you describe some of this to us, John. The product's called Nucleus. People can go look it up, but it's great to have you talk to us through this, John. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nanda.
John Stix, Chief of Staff and Brand at Fibrenetics. Time for the takeaway, and when forgiveness isn't the right move. There are new calls for the federal government to extend the deadline for small businesses to repay COVID-era loans. Another survey, this one from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, which says that 78% of its members think an extension will increase the likelihood of their survival. And for a good many, the reasons are clear. Almost half report that sales are still below pre-pandemic levels. And of course, they're now grappling with inflation and higher labor costs. But does it make sense to extend the deadline? The interest-free loans were granted to almost 900,000 businesses in the depths of the COVID crisis. Originally expected to be repaid in full by the end of 2022, the government has already moved that line by a full year, but with some perks built in. Businesses that repay their loans by the end of this year are off the hook for up to $20,000 of it. Those that can't repay in full see their loans turn into 2-year term loans with interest rates of 5%. So why shouldn't the government extend the loans? because it's bad for business. For one thing, it's not particularly fair to the 10% of businesses which have already repaid in full, or the additional 47% that think they can do so by the end of the year. But extending loans further also risks papering over problems that in the normal course would force some businesses to shrink or even close. That's always a sad thing for the businesses and the people involved, but it's not the job of government to keep businesses alive when they shouldn't be. That may seem harsh, but that's the way the economy rejuvenates itself. Businesses close all the time and new ones open. Those that can't find a way to repay the debt in the next 2 years may have to review their options. But it's not up to taxpayers to support every business that wants to hang a shingle. My takeaway? As pandemic supports are withdrawn, there may be some harsh realities to face. But at the end of the day, reality is the only version we get. That's Taking Stock for this week. I'm Amanda Lang. Thanks for being with us.